Media freedom crucial, but there are boundaries. PDRM urged to intensify surveillance on terrorism. Hello, good evening and salam Malaysia Madani. Thanks for joining us. I'm Daryl Baptist and you're watching Malaysia Tonight. We begin tonight's broadcast with updates on news regarding our media industry. The government will uphold media freedom but will not allow incitement based on race, religion and royalty, or the 3 Rs, according to Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. He said that everyone has the freedom to criticize or disagree with the government, but they must not incite hatred towards the royalty or promote religious fanaticism.
Sudah boleh tegur soal kaum, so boleh cadang dan kebukakan pandangan. Sekarang ini digunakan kononnya 3 R tidak boleh disinggung. 3 R yang merusakkan, memecah belahkan, menghasut, menghina kaum, menghina agama, itu tidak dibenarkan.
He said in his closing speech at the National Journalists' Day, Hawana 2024 celebration in Kuching, Sarawak. He also said that the government will not tolerate religious fanaticism as it would destroy the country. Malaysia's ranking in the World Press Freedom Index saw a significant drop of 34 places, from 73 to 107 within a year. Nevertheless, Datuk Sri Anwar said under his administration, the government had not arrested any journalists or banned any newspaper in the country for their criticism of the government. Datuk Sri Anwar today also announced an allocation of 1 million ringgit to the Malaysian National News Agency, or Bernama, Centre for Excellence, to organise courses and training related to artificial intelligence, or AI, for media practitioners. He said the allocation was in line with the call for the media fraternity to also delve into and master the use of technology, including AI, in carrying out their tasks.
Bagaimanapun, kerana bernama, kita minta supaya bantu selaraskan beberapa kegiatan, dan ada sekarang ini pusat latihan kecemerlangan bernama supaya menambah kursus latihan terutama dalam bidang teknologi AI untuk pengamal media. Kita luluskan jumlah 1 juta ringgit lagi untuk maksud tersebut.
He said this in his speech at the highlight of the National Journalists' Day 2024, Hawana 2024 celebration in Kuching today. Sarawak Premier Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, Sarawak Deputy Premiers Dato' Amar Douglas Ugah Embas and Dato' Amar Dr. Sim Kui Hian, Communications Minister Fahmi Fadil and his Deputy Teo Ni Ching were among in attendance. The agency's Centre for Excellence is responsible for providing training programs for its staff, as well as government agencies and corporate entities, in addition to managing applications from students of higher learning institutions to undergo industrial training within the organisation. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has asked the Royal Malaysia Police, or PDRM, to redouble its surveillance and monitoring of online information to address any threat of terrorist activities. Datuk Sri Ahmad Zahid, who is also National Security Council Deputy Chairman, said this follows the disclosure of the Southeast Asian Regional Centre for Counterterrorism, or SEARCCT, that there are terrorist groups which are now using online video games to recruit young people to join their movement. Dato' Seri Ahmad Zahid, who is also the Minister of Rural and Regional Development, expressed his confidence that PDRM, through the Special Branch Counter-Terrorism Unit, has the ability to intensify monitoring of terrorist activities and then take appropriate action.
Kota Preventive of Terrorism Act yang telah saya bentangkan ketika saya menjadi Menteri Dalam Negeri dahulu, dan pota akan digunakan sepenuhnya di dalam pelaksanaan supaya kawalan dapat dilakukan dengan lebih ketat lagi, dan saya sebutkan kita jangan pernah mengambil mudah walaupun kita tahu bahawa ianya sangat terkawal di negara kita.
Speaking to Malaysian media during his official visit to China, the Deputy Prime Minister added PDRM should consolidate efforts with the International Police or Interpol, so the matter could be addressed comprehensively. Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid said that Malaysia has also established cooperation with counterterrorism organisations at the international level as a joint effort to address the threat. On another matter, Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said Barisan Nasional, especially UMNO, has given its assurance that it will mobilise its machinery for the Sungai Bakap State Constituency by-election, regardless of the candidate to be fielded to represent the unity government. Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid, who is BN chairman and UMNO president, said that the unity government has not detailed the suitable candidates to be fielded for the state by-election.
Dan di Sungai Bakap kita dapati formula yang kita gunakan ialah mana-mana parti politik dalam gabungan kerajaan perpaduan yang berada di dalam kedudukan yang kedua, parti itulah yang akan menjadi calon, dan kita akan perincikan tentang soal calon itu. Namun Barisan Nasional khususnya UMNO akan menggerakkan jentera di Sungai Bakap, siapa pun calon yang akan dikemukakan oleh kerajaan perpaduan.
Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid, who is currently on an official visit to China, told this to Malaysian media in Shanghai. The Sungai Bakap state seat fell vacant following the death of its incumbent, Nur Zamri Latif, on 24th May due to stomach inflammation. Nur Zamri, 56, who was also Nibong Tebal PAS chief, contested the state elections in August last year and won with a majority of 1,563 after securing 15,433 votes. In a related development, Pulau Pinang State Legislative Assembly Speaker Dato' Law Chu Kiang has today submitted the notification of the vacant Sungai Bakap State seat to the Election Commission, or EC, following the death of its incumbent, Nur Zamri Latif. The notice was submitted to State Director Dr. Siti Nazaria Abdul Zalim at the State Legislative Assembly grounds at 2 p.m. today. Pulau Pinang DAP Chairman Chow Kon Yao, meanwhile, said the state DAP submitted to PKR on the matter of candidate because the party contested the seat in the state election last August.
Saya rasa ini boleh serah kepada PKR yang sebelum ini bertanding.
So the understanding is PKR will continue
kita tak buat keputusan rasmi, tetapi understanding lah, you benar understanding. Parti yang bertanding sebelum ini akan diberi keutamaan. Perpaduan, kerajaan perpaduan semakin mantap, semakin kukuh. Ini boleh memberi kelebihan dalam pertandingan PRK nantilah.
He is confident that the solid cooperation among the parties of the unity government consisting of DAP, PKR and Barisan Nasional, or BN, will give the coalition an advantage to reclaim the Sungai Bakap seat in the by-election. Next up, the anxious wait for students who graduated from high school is finally over. A total of 11,713 candidates who sat for the 2023 Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia, or SPM, examination obtained excellent results with grades A+, A and A- in all subjects. Announcing the results today, Education Director General Azman Adnan said the achievement for the 2023 SPM candidates was better, with them recording a national average grade, or GPN, of 4.60 compared to 4.74 by the candidates in the previous year. A smaller GPN value indicates better candidate achievement.
Maknanya dari segi pencapaian kualiti kita adalah semakin meningkat. Bilangan calon yang memperoleh keputusan cemerlang telah menunjukkan peningkatan sebanyak 1,604 calon, iaitu 0.4%.
He said the 2023 SPM results showed a total of 66 subjects recorded an increase in performance, 25 subjects recorded a drop, and 4 subjects with no change in performance. He said the performance of all core subjects in the 2023 SPM examination, namely Malay, English, Islamic education, moral education, history, mathematics, and science, have improved. For the elective subjects, he said 50 subjects showed an increase in performance, 19 subjects showed a decrease, and no change in one subject. Meanwhile, speaking to reporters after announcing the 2023 SPM results, Azman said that the Ministry of Education, or MOE, will identify the reasons for the absence of more than 10,000 SPM 2023 candidates. Despite the huge number of absentees, he said it showed a drop from the previous year.
Kita akan telitilah sebab-sebab mengapa calon ini tidak hadir. Bagaimanapun telah berlaku penurunan yang agak banyaklah dari segi calon yang tidak hadir berbanding dengan tahun lepas, dan kita akan teliti satu persatu sebab-sebab dan intervensi akan kita laksanakan untuk memastikan perkara ini akan dapat ditangani dengan sebaik-baiknya lah.
A total of 395,870 candidates sat for the national examination last year. We here at RTM would like to congratulate all students regardless of their results. And now in our next story, police seized an assortment of drugs worth 4.6 million ringgit when they uncovered a drug processing laboratory and storage facility in 2 raids in Georgetown on Friday and Saturday. Bukit Aman Narcotics Crime Investigation Department Director Dato' Kok Chin said following a tip-off and intelligence information, the team arrested a 38-year-old man at the junction of Jalan Changkat Sungai Ara at about 5:30 p.m. He said the man believed to be involved in drug processing and distribution activities was detained in a Honda HR-V, but initial inspection did not find any drugs with him. His arrest led police to a 3-story terraced house, which was being used as a heroin processing lab. A second raid was conducted at an apartment unit on Saturday, where further drug seizures were made by police.
MO dia akan menyewa sama ada yang the first rumah teres 3 tingkat tu, yang kedua Pangsapuri yang menjadi store tu, the first jadi makmah, yang kedua store tu, dan dia akan pergi tempat itu untuk memasak dan dia hantar ke store untuk packing, simpanan untuk dihantar.
Briefing reporters today, he said police also confiscated 6 pistols of various types and 100 bullets stored in a black bag inside a wardrobe. Dato' Kaur said the man is suspected to have operated alone, but police believe the suspect has accomplices who assist him in processing and distributing drugs. He also owns a terrace house in Rawang, Selangor, and a condominium unit registered under his wife's name, each worth 550,000 ringgit. Investigations revealed his wife was unaware of the illegal activities conducted by the suspect. He said, adding that the value of drug seizures and confiscations amounted to 5.03 million ringgit. The unemployed man is being remanded until 1st June. Coming up, QR code clearance to be used at BSI and KSAB. However, before that, the Employees Provident Fund, or EPF, today announced that as of 22nd May 2024, a total of 2.86 million applications to transfer the initial amount from account Sejahtera to account Flexible were received, involving an amount of 8.78 billion ringgit. According to the Corporate Affairs Department of EPF Media Desk, the option was open to members on 12th May. Meanwhile, a total of 3.04 million withdrawal applications from account Flexible were approved, amounting to 5.52 billion ringgit. EPF Chief Operating Officer Sazaliza Zainuddin, in a statement today, said EPF is expecting the number of applicants from members choosing to transfer an initial amount from their account Sejahtera to account Flexible to continue to rise until the deadline on 31st August. From 12th May to 31st August, members will have an option to transfer 1/3 of their savings balance from account Sejahtera to account Flexible. The transfer of the initial amount to account Flexible is based on the balance in the member's account Sejahtera on the application date. Withdrawals from account Flexible can be made at any time for any purpose, with a minimum withdrawal of 50 ringgit. As the closing date for the option to transfer part of their savings to account Sejahtera to account Flexible is on 31st August, members are advised not to rush into making the transfer. Members who have yet to register for the KWSP I account are encouraged to do so to enable withdrawal transactions from account Flexible. And now updates from our border. The Quick Response or QR code system will be used for immigration clearance at the Sultan Iskandar Building or BSI Customs, Immigration and Quarantine CIQ Complex and Sultan Abu Bakar Complex KSAB beginning 1st of June. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Fadilah Yusof said the proof of concept for the system would run for 3 months and only involve Malaysians.
Kaedah, maknanya dia download dulu. Dengan QR code ini maknanya semua rakyat Malaysia yang nak merentasi Singapura melalui Johor ini, dia kena download apps sama ada melalui MySejahtera sekarang inilah untuk tujuan konsep ini, dan ada lagi melalui sistem MyTrip. Dia ada kaedah, maknanya dia download dulu. Kemudian bila download, dia boleh menggunakan telefon saja. Bila dia lalu nanti, dia mendaftar dengan menggunakan My Digital ID juga, maka dia boleh keluarkan dengan guna handphone saja untuk masuk.
When met after chairing the special committee meeting to address congestion at the Johor Causeway, today he said the implementation of this QR code would reduce the waiting time for BSI bus users during peak hours from 120 minutes to 15 minutes, while the waiting time for buses at KSAB can be reduced from 90 minutes to 15 minutes as well. Motorcyclists can reduce their waiting time at BSI from 40 minutes to 30 minutes, while the waiting time for motorcyclists at KSAB can be reduced from 45 minutes to 30 minutes. A non-market-based mechanism, the Forest Conservation Certificate, or FCC, was introduced by the government today to finance forest conservation activities and sustainable environmental care. Minister of Natural Resources and Environmental Sustainability, Nik Ahmad, said the FCC is one of the mechanisms developed by the Malaysia Forest Fund, or MFF rather, in 2022 under the RED Plus Financial Framework, or RFF. He said the Forest Carbon Offset, or FCO, instrument was also developed under RFF as a market-based solution to meet forest carbon projects, which is expected to be comparable to existing international standards, such as Vera and Gold Standard.
Mekanisme RFF ialah satu langkah transformasi yang menyediakan paradigma baru dalam pembiayaan konservasi dan penyelesaian berasaskan alam semula jadi, nature-based solutions, sambil mengiktiraf peranan penting struktur perkongsian awam swasta.
Commenting further, Nik Nazmi said the FCC emphasizes transparency through practical processes and accountability of all parties involved, starting with scheme owners, project implementers, fund contributors, fund managers, and the verification body. Technology company Total Dynamic Holdings Berhad made its debut on Bursa Malaysia's leading entrepreneur accelerator platform, also known as Leap Market, today at 27.5 sen, with a premium of 7.5 sen over its offer price of 20 sen per share. At the opening bell, a total of 34,000 shares were traded. The company's listing includes a placement of all its issued share capital totaling 16.37 million ringgit, comprising 250 million shares. met at the listing ceremony today. Its executive chairman, Wong Chu Fong, said that based on the issue price, the group would raise 5 million ringgit in gross proceeds, whereby 1.6 million ringgit will be used for its expansion plan, with the opening of 3 new sales and service centres in Melaka, Kota Kinabalu and Alor Setar. Wong said the expansion plan aims to support the needs of its clients, especially those focusing on the southern or northern regions. Elaborating further, he said new sales and service centres are expected to operate in the second half of 2024, and 1.5 million ringgit will be set aside to strengthen the capabilities of its information technology team. Total Dynamic has around 2,000 logistics company clients in Malaysia and Indonesia. Up next, Germany reiterates that World Court ruling on Gaza is binding. UNRWA Commissioner General Felipe Lazzarini told reporters in Lebanon today that the images emerging from the southern Gaza Strip city of Rafah on Sunday night were deeply disturbing and horrifying. Palestinian Health and Civil Emergency Service officials said on Sunday Israeli airstrikes killed at least 35 Palestinians and wounded dozens in an area in the southern Gaza Strip city of Rafah, designated for the displaced.
I cannot comment on the casualties because we haven't been able to properly communicate with our team on the ground. I saw images. They are deeply disturbing and horrifying. I think we have been clear more than once. There is no safe space in Gaza.
Palestinian Health Ministry said nearly 36,000 Palestinians have been killed in Israel's offensive. Meanwhile, German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock said the World Court ruling urging Israel to immediately halt its military offensive on the southern part of the Gaza Strip is binding and must be respected. When referring to the streams of displaced Palestinians following Israel's continued strikes, Baerbock also said that the international humanitarian law applies for all, including Israel's warfare.
Sondern Deutschland unterstützt die Überlegung, dass wir die ehemalige EU-Mission zur Grenzsicherung, zum Grenzschutz in Rafah neu aktivieren könnten, wenn das dazu beiträgt, dass dort endlich jetzt wieder humanitäre Hilfe reinkommt. Dann wollen wir unseren Beitrag als Europäerinnen und Europäer dazu leisten, und auch dazu dienen heute hier die Gespräche.
Coming up in sports, defending world champion Bagnaia bounces back to win Catalonia MotoGP. We kick off our sports segment with news from our local football scene. Selangor FC will continue to maintain ticket prices for the 2024-2025 Super League action at the Petaling Jaya Municipal Council Stadium, or MBPJ, despite the reduced capacity of the stadium after it was upgraded. Chief Executive Officer Dr. Johan Kamal Hamidon said it was because the management of Selangor FC wants to attract fans to watch every game this season, thus ensuring full house at the Red Giants Stadium in every match. He said last year the average attendance per match was between 7,000 and 8,000. Therefore, Selangor is targeting to fill the stadium with an attendance of 10,000 to 11,000 per match, an increase of 30%. Dr. Johan said the management of the Red Giants is optimistic that the team's income can be generated through food sales and brand promotion activities by sponsors and sponsor support. Selangor FC set its ticket prices according to Tier 1 and Tier 2 classification based on the reputation of the visiting clubs, as well as the level of the tournament. The MBPJ Stadium was upgraded last December in preparation after Selangor FC won a slot for the 2024-2025 AFC Champions League 2, and the upgrading project caused the stadium's capacity to decrease from 25,000 to 10,661 seats. Malaysia's chef de mission, or CDM, to the 2024 Paris Olympic Games, Datuk Hamidin Mohamad Amin, remains optimistic that national shuttlers will be able to do something at the Olympics from the 26th July to 11th August. He said players like Aaron Chia and So Woo Yik and Pearly Tan and M. Tina had proven they were capable of beating higher-ranked players, but stressed the importance of receiving a good draw.
Bagi saya, badminton ni masih lagi di dalam position quarter final, semi final, final. Jadi ini yang kita letakkan. Tak semesti dia sekarang dia boleh jadi champion, dia akan boleh pergi. Jadi kita kena terus push sehingga Singapura punya series circuit, Indonesia, dan saya difahamkan Australia mereka takkan masuk because dah dekat untuk Olimpik, dan selepas tu kita akan tengok.
With the Olympics set to kick off in less than 2 months, Datuk Hamidin advised those who have qualified for the Games to take care of their safety and health so that they can perform at the highest level in Paris. He also advised the athletes to stay away from social media if they are not mentally strong enough to take the criticisms and pressure heaped on them by the public, who are hoping for Malaysia to strike gold for the first time at the Olympics. Ducati's reigning champion, Francesco Bagnaia, won the Catalunya Grand Prix on Sunday to close the gap on championship leader Jorge Martin, who finished second, while Gresini Ducati's Marc Marquez was third, despite starting 14th on the grid. Marquez repeated his heroics from Saturday's sprint when he finished an astonishing second from 14th, keeping pole sitter Alex Espargaro at bay until the checkered flag and finishing 0.05 of a second ahead to take third. Bagnaia had crashed on the final lap of the sprint when he was leading, but Sunday's victory, his third of the season, was redemption for the Italian, who is now 39 points behind Martin. Just as in Saturday's sprint, Bagnaia and Pedro Acosta moved up to first and second at the start, while sprint winner Espargaro was pushed down to fifth in his final home race. Martin also had a blistering start to go from 7th on the grid to 3rd, with Red Bull KTM's Brad Binder slotting in behind him. With 3 straight podiums, Marquez is now 3rd in the championship, 2 points behind Bagnaia. And that concludes this edition of Malaysia Tonight. In our top story, media freedom crucial, but no room for racists and bigots. Till then, I'm Darryl Baptist. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. I hope your Monday blues were not too harsh on you. And here's hoping that the rest of your week unfolds pleasantly. Thank you for watching. Good night.